Episode 35. The Watchers Podcast. WATCHERZ Podcast. Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you want to follow us.
Episodio 35.
I'm Tavon. Tri-State Tip on IG.
Yep.
Go ahead and give the people your info.
Y'all know who I am. Tiger Helly 19 on the snaps and the IGZs. And the government, Jason Williams on the Facebook. And yeah, just follow the stripes.
All right, Julian Smith on Facebook. And guess what?
Hold on, guys. You ready?
I changed my handler name.
His handle.
Handle.
Yeah, handle name. I got it something. It's easy on the tongue now.
You need a handler.
Yeah, you may have that button ready tonight, man. I may say something. It's Smitty Green Giant.
And is that spelled how it sounds?
Yep, Smitty Green Giant.
Because the damaging wasn't spelled how
I know. I couldn't even remember how to spell it. Sometimes.
He said, let me look at my Instagram.
No, I just wanted something very easy for people to really relate and know what it is. So it's Smitty Green Giant.
All right.
Clever.
Where y'all want to start at tonight?
The beginning.
All right. Well, since we're watching basketball, I know we've been starting with basketball for a few weeks now, but it seems to be the number one thing going on that we've been watching lately. So currently, Celtics Heat series going on. Game 3, Heat up 2-0.
Giving Celtics at work.
At home, Celtics at home.
At home in the garden.
And I think going into the series, everybody believed Celtics were the better team on paper. If the end of this game is going the way it's going, I'm going to go ahead and venture and say Heat are the better team.
And I sat here on this panel and was the only one that picked the Heat.
I can't remember what I said, but
I was telling you last night, I think this warrants a real serious conversation with Jimmy Butler in the postseason right now.
Big game, Jimmy.
I mean, boy's showing up for work every game now. Well, and God give him his respect, man.
How the hell did Sixers let him go?
I like Jimmy Butler. I've always been a fan of Jimmy Butler. I think he surprised people stepping up to the occasion the way he did this playoff series. Still, with that being said, I don't know if this is indictment on the Celtics or if this is Miami overplaying.
I just think it's Miami overplaying them. I mean, they're playing good basketball right now, so gotta give them that.
I really don't know. I really don't know.
This has just been a weird. This has been a weird playoffs period, though, man.
Not to me. Most of the stuff played out the way it played. I thought it would play out, except for Miami beating the Bucks, and now that's where I'm like, Miami is better than what. And part of my argument, Miami is better than what we give them credit for.
So that's why I was getting ready to say, if Miami didn't already go through the Bucks the way they did, it might be an indictment more on the Celtics. But I'm like, Miami might just be that good.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they got the number 8 seed, but
they just said, as long as we make the playoffs, we good.
Yeah. They say we just need to get in there.
That's the regular season. We don't care about that.
Yeah.
But I can make that argument that everybody's been underestimating, and probably still to today, everybody's underestimating them. I'm pretty sure a lot of people picked the Celtics to win probably this game. I know a lot of people picked Celtics to win one of their home games too. So,
and the Celtics haven't been good at home.
I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know if it's a coaching problem, player problem.
They can't close games.
Tatum closed that 7th game against the Sixers. So that's all. I can't really.
Yeah. They might have been better off getting the AC shit. The number 2 ain't doing them too well.
This has just been a bizarre set of games, though.
Western Conference, Nuggets, Lakers been going at it. Choose 3 games in the books for them with a 3-0 Nuggets lead. I don't think a lot of people saw that coming.
It's over.
And again, when I was talking about the Nuggets when they were going against the Suns, Nuggets have a complete team.
They do.
They're confident. They trust each other, and their team fits. It's not odd pieces. They all complement each other in some type of way. When one's lacking in scoring, another one can pick it up. When one's lacking in defense, another one can pick it up.
We saw that last night.
Yeah, and
Joker wasn't scoring nothing that first half.
It wasn't. And Jamal Murray.
Yeah, Murray had 30
said,
points.
"Hey, I'm about to get somebody gonna vote for me All-Star this year because I'm tired of this."
But here's the thing with Denver though, because the coach kind of went off, and I mean he had a point though. He basically saying like they ain't been giving us no respect all year.
See, but I also think I think everybody knew they'll be in competition, right? It was, are they serious this year? Are they for real, as with their record? Because they were high seed for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And,
first round,
they always get like second round, first round, whatever. But this is the first time they've been fully healthy. And Jokic playing the level he's been playing at.
Mm-hmm.
So they the real deal. I don't care what nobody say. They the real deal.
I think they're gonna win it all.
As much as people were, making fun of the Suns, at least, like I said, at least Devin Booker was able to get them 2 wins. That's as much as I can say. LeBron and AD can't do it. At least Devin Booker, with some assistance from KD, got them 2 wins. So whatever excuses Lakers got right now, it ain't looking good if they get swept.
And then we could lay down that conversation about him and Michael. Just put it to bed. It's over.
I don't think that's ever going to
happen. It's over. Mike would never. Mike would never.
LeBron and
his sympathists will say that he was 38 years old.
Right. And in fairness to him, he is 38.
Ain't nobody tell you play that long.
I'm not making excuses for him because he still can score 30. But with the team they got,
25 maybe,
huh?
Yeah, 25 more so.
Sure. Either way, he still can. He ain't putting up 12 points. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's crazy? Like even when he scores like 20, 25, it always feels like a passive 20, 25 points. Like it's.
So when I talk about LeBron and my discussions about who's the greatest, when it comes to smaller, I don't want to say smaller plays, but if you're not a center, so there's center and then there's everybody else for me. And I look at them as a skill-wise level. Center is different because what is required of them is different. They play closer to the basket traditionally. Mm-hmm. They're not really known for handles, jump shots, yada, yada, yada.
Get in the paint and just
which is why we have Kareem and Shaq usually at the top of the list with Hakeem up there because, Kareem had an unstoppable shot. Shaq was probably the most dominant center ever.
That was a brute force, man.
Right. You just couldn't stop it. And then Hakeem had the footwork, had the move, had the agility that the big man didn't have. So outside of that, when I'm looking at everybody else that you got on the top players list or, in that GOAT conversation, I'm looking at their skills and their ability, not just physical gifts, right? And so Giannis and LeBron to me were blessed physically because of their stature, how big they are, how athletic they are at that height. I just like Giannis. If Giannis doesn't have that running head start, what is Giannis?
He's just a typical player.
I just don't see nothing spectacular from him when he gets stuck in these little moments where he just get caught dribbling and then he just got to dribble back and start running. It's that running head start that he gets. It's just the juggernaut. But he doesn't have an actual back
He reminds me of a baby Shaq. I mean, he reminds me of a young Shaq.
Yeah, but he just doesn't play strictly underneath the rim like Shaq, right?
I mean, just the way how he uses.
To me, he's a combination of Westbrook with Shaq body, right?
If he's under the basket and he's up down low, he ain't nothing.
Right. LeBron is similar to Westbrook to me. It's just he's a bigger version of Westbrook. Similar style, put the head down, run to the rim. But LeBron to me is a better facilitator and has a better IQ at basketball than Westbrook does. Westbrook can't read the floor sometimes to me. But when I'm starting talking about some other players, you're talking about Jordan, right? You see Jordan on display, his basketball capabilities, what he practiced,
It's crazy.
what he learned, what he mastered, right? Kobe, to some extent, did the same. Whoever you may like. You can see unathletic players, Larry Birds. You can see your Dirks. You can see Jokic. Jokic, I feel like, has understood his body and understood the mechanics of basketball to make a package that we'll rarely see, with the ability to facilitate, dribble, shoot, post up, whatever you need him to do at his size. Honestly, in shape Jokic, if he had the athleticism as Embiid or somebody, would be the scariest basketball player I probably ever seen.
Yeah, possibly. I mean,
His IQ, everything, I can't take much away from him. He's just not shaped, so he can't move laterally with defensively. You're right. But
he's a terror. I mean,
Now, could you imagine Mike being LeBron's size? I think the game would be unfair at that point.
Kobe made this comment a long time. Imagine Allen Iverson.
if he was 6 feet tall, shoo,
If he was taller than 6 foot, if he was 6'5".
Iverson would be killing him.
Like, it's crazy when you start thinking about what people were doing with.
What
What I like about Mike, though, when he came in, like, I feel like LeBron came in as the chosen one. You already, they had the expectations, his size, what he was able to do. I felt like Mike had to go out there and prove what he was, and got beat up year after year, but was still doing, like, he went the hard knocks. He went through that to become what he was. I'm not saying that LeBron didn't go through anything to become what he was, but it was already like, oh, we already have you as this guy versus Mike became.
Hold on, we're gonna get you.
Mike became.
Yeah,
I think once Mike got past the Detroit Pistons, that's when the sky was the limit for him.
And what I've always said about the comparison, and everybody has an opinion on it. Once Mike started winning championships, once he hit his stride and became who he was and who we know him to be, who else won under his watch? That's why I always go back to that.
yeah.
Nobody won a championship for those 6 years. Outside of the only time somebody won is when he left. It was Houston Rockets won back to back, and then he came back for that partial season. But then what did he do after he came back for a full season? He won it. Like, he took another 3, and it was like nobody won under his watch.
Yeah.
Everybody got chips under LeBron's watch. Everybody.
He was spreading the comment.
Nowitzki was getting chips. Everybody got championships. Shit, I mean, Golden State got as many. I mean, Steph Curry has as many as LeBron has.
Yeah.
And he been doing it less time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna
Nothing against LeBron, but
yeah, I'm not knocking him down in my ranking list. It's just I just don't have him as the GOAT. That's my main argument. I think there's a lot of people who, well, he's done this. He's been doing this at this length. I get it. I just feel like the pinnacle of Jordan was higher than the pinnacle of LeBron. That's
the thing is, I think people are saying that because they're taking off the time that Mike left. But, like, kind of chiming in on what he said, Mike came back and won 3 more and then left again. So, proof's in the pudding. and everybody wants to say, well, who was they were playing? Back in the days, them guys were some killers.
Man, those. I still don't get what people complain about. Like, you know how many All-Stars and Hall of Famers and that. Come on, them teams were stacked.
Even the role players back in the
teams that Mike was beating were stacked.
Even I would say even the role players that he was guys that he was playing with against. I mean, it was some rough riders and some dogs, man. So.
LeBron got outplayed against Dallas by a bench player. That's just called what it is in them finals. Like,
yeah.
Again,
nothing against LeBron. I'm just saying.
I'm not knocking him down in my all-time greats list. He is an all-time great, and as Colin Cowherd said, he's one of the 7 wonders. 7 wonders with Steph Curry, Kareem, Shaq, LeBron, Jordan.
It's either you love them or you hate them.
They're oddities in the basketball history where you didn't see nothing like them prior.
If Steph wins another one, I might have to put him ahead of LeBron. If Steph wins, because his team doesn't win just with him being there. They win because of him. And he changed the game.
I will put Steph Curry in my top 5. I still don't know.
Well, if you look at it, Steph.
If he wins one more, he'll be in my top 5. I gotta think about this list before I give an official answer.
I mean, because Steph, I feel like he
took 5 rings from LeBron.
He doesn't.
I mean, if you really look at it, the league wanted LeBron to have all these championships. I mean, Steph came in and just like did the Detroit Pistons on him. How back in the day, they was like Larry and Magic getting them, and then you had the Detroit Pistons to come in there and steal a couple of them rings from some of them guys from the heyday. Steph, unfortunately, just got five rings, right?
Yeah,
and Steph, to a point, he kind of reminds me of Allen Iverson, a quote unquote undersized guy. Not in the same undersized, because Steph drives and he does what he can, and he's tough. Like, he's a tough guy, and I think because he shoots threes so well, people don't recognize his driving skills. Like, if you watch him play, he drives. He gets some crazy layups. He gets in there.
Yeah, but I think most people recognize he's a threat from multiple levels. He got a little floater. He can get to the rim. I think it's hard to put someone his stature up there because of how small he is, and you always gonna say, well, he needs a Clay to play defense. He needs a KD. There's always going to be an argument about he can't be the greatest.
I think
he greatest shooter. I think a lot of people already agree he's the greatest shooter ever. So
I don't think he's bad on defense.
He eclipsed that argument with me when he needed KD when he won that one on his own.
He ain't my first option to put on somebody. I'll leave it at that.
He ain't.
But, so in the spirit of basketball, women's. Oh, sorry, I want to say women. WNBA, I believe, started recently.
Yeah,
I caught a glimpse of some games over the weekend. It was real late. It was like 12 o'clock this game was on. I don't know what time they start over there, but they got some late games. But notably, Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner. Ooh, baby. Almost yammed on Tatum.
Yeah. I was about to say that'd be Bam's second one.
Posterized.
Sorry. So, Brittany Griner returned to WNBA after her stint in prison with Dom Mysterio. So now make sure y'all still here. After her Russian stint, she, and that whole ordeal, returning to the WNBA. She had a good game.
That's good for her.
20 some odd points, like 27, 28, like 10 for 12 field goal. Good return. Hoping the best as far as, mentally and whatever her ordeal was.
It looked like she's in a good safe haven now. I guess she can take her mind off of everything. So
yeah, I did see her do a speech where she did get a little emotional. And, just hope she's in a good space mentally going forward. And I don't know what she might have went through. Hopefully nothing too crazy. But nobody want to be stuck in some other country, especially when
for a dumb vape pen.
When you stick out like a sore thumb in said country. So, I'm happy for her. Good luck to her moving forward. Well, no, I'll leave it at that.
I'm rooting for the Aces this season, though. They got a nice little team.
Okay, Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
I saw the pictures of they stadium where they play at and all that. It look good in there. Mm-hmm. Boxing happened this weekend. We got Haney versus Lomachenko. Haney won. I can't remember if it was a split decision or not. Was it a split decision?
I think it was a split. I didn't see the
so I didn't get to watch the card. I watched a couple of highlights and just some people's reactions. A lot of people riding and saying Lomachenko won that fight.
Yeah, that's why I saw that.
Yeah, I wish Corey.
A lot of people are saying. I know Corey. That's his, he our resident boxing expert. And Corey, if you're listening, please chime in the comments.
Wow, they is killing these boys.
And we'll get you on the next episode. But from everything I'm seeing, it was closer than what
a lot of people were saying.
Yeah, and a lot of people feel like it was favored and really should have been in Lomachenko's favor or anything. But I get it. Haney's a champion. You don't want to steal it. You don't want to.
I was reading something earlier.
You got to take it from a champion before you let him. Like he loses it, in my opinion.
It was something I was reading earlier. They were saying it should have been a draw. Well, it should have been a draw.
I'm gonna wait until I can see the entire fight
I want to watch it myself, and then I'll make a better opinion on it. But I heard it was a good one though.
I heard they was both giving it. But a lot of people who I follow, a lot of people, Lomachenko won that. So I'm curious to see if they'll throw back a rematch,
or they're gonna have him fight Shakur,
Shakur.
He's got two good options right now. You got a hot rematch that could possibly make some money. Then you got Shakur.
I think they're both gonna make some money. I think. I got to see how this blowback goes about everybody saying Lomachenko won first. If I'm reading Haney, it sounds like it's gonna be Shakur. Mm-hmm. I honestly would want Shakur to get like one or two more fights under his belt first. But either way, I'm not mad. Either way, I'm okay with whichever route he goes. But I once I see the fight, I'll give you guys an update about if I think it should be a rematch or not. But either way, I feel like he's going to go with Shakur because it'll probably be a bigger draw.
He's a young guy. So, he really does need a good challenge right now. So this will be a good one for him. So we'll see what happens. It's finally something that's interesting. Boxing is getting interesting right now, though.
Yeah, they having some good fights.
I'm also hearing there was some rumors that I guess Deontay Wilder was getting ready to fight. Finally, great fight. Anthony Joshua. I guess.
So they agreed on it.
They said it's. I guess it's getting in development, or they're working on it.
It's the two guys who can't beat the number one guy fighting each other.
You know what? And honestly, that may be a better fight.
It will. It'll be entertaining. To me, Joshua ain't got no chin. Anthony Joshua he's built like a robot, but he has no chin at all.
If it's a boxing match, I think Joshua will
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match.
But I think Wilder just going to be swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
He's going to catch him. And I think he's going to knock the hell out of him.
I feel like Wilder beat Gypsy King the first time anyway. So
nah,
that count was done, man. That was a 15 count, man.
That was a good series between them, and honestly, they both gave. And I'll give it to he's a bigger guy, man.
He's a small heavy.
No,
Wilder's a small heavy.
He's skinny. His frame is not big. He's just a tall guy who got a little bit of muscle on him, but
got some hands on him.
What's his name is a big guy. When he start laying on you and you start getting that
Fury has to cut weight to make heavyweight, so.
You start feeling that fatigue in your bones. It's a different story when you're around 8.
You got to carry that man for 12 rounds.
I just, without a good shot, I don't see Wilder in a good boxing match beating Fury in most scenarios. He can catch him, as evident as what we've seen. And,
I just think
it's a tough matchup.
It's a tough matchup. Draw, right?
I believe that's where they gave him the draw. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that because of the knockdown.
Yeah, and that I felt should have been.
That's when he caught him.
That was a knockout.
Yeah.
But 15 count.
That was a 30 count.
That ref took forever to start that count, man.
He did catch him though. It was probably clean as right hand.
But yeah, that's the only way he's gonna beat him is he's not gonna outbox Fury. He's not outboxing Fury. He's got to just catch him
out right there.
That's what a brawler does. So.
Another combat sports, Francis Ngannou signed. Oh my God! Professional. What is it?
Yeah,
PFL.
Professional Fight League. Is that what it stands for?
Yeah, I looked into that thing. Mm-hmm. What he did is kind of like groundbreaking, and it's got a lot of fighters like on his side with it. Even though the UFC is basically saying it was a dumb decision and everything. Basically, what Ngannou got. He's fighting on their pay-per-view cards. I guess PFL is going to try and start making a serious run, like how the UFC is now. But what's crazy is the PFL is also on the ESPN network. which is the UFC. They show fights on there. So now, apparently, some people want to see, I guess, Bones and him fight. So they're talking about maybe this may be like a crossover thing.
No, it
may happen because people above Dana White. I don't think it'll happen, but that's just the word going around.
Dana White's a bitch.
Yeah, I mean,
if I'm Francis Ngannou, I'm not giving the UFC no money.
But I'm glad he did leave though, because Dana White likes to paint that narrative like, well, when a fighter leaves them, that they're always the bad guy and in bad favor, and that's not necessarily true. Ngannou was basically trying to look out for the entire industry, so he basically put his foot in the sand.
Or he probably was looking out for himself, honestly, too.
Well, the deal that he signed is the guy that he's fighting is going to make a minimum of $2 million.
So he's probably getting more money.
Yeah,
he probably can pick how many times a year or how often he gets to fight. He also, I read, gets to do outside fights. Yeah. He can do boxing matches.
That's where
as well, and he's about to make a crap load of money.
He's going to make a shit ton of money
fighting Tyson Fury,
which I think is a mistake.
I would fight Tyson Fury if they paid me $50 million today. I'll fight Tyson Fury tomorrow.
Man, I'll fight him. I'll lose, but I'm getting
exactly.
But I just think he's gonna get it.
I'm taking a knockout.
Man,
I would suffer one concussion for $50 million.
I mean, but he's gonna get beat up. I mean, seriously. But
maybe he does. Maybe he does.
Maybe he does.
But at the end of the day, he's still going to be $50 million richer. Yep. At the end of the day, he's going to be richer than what he would have taken a concussion in the UFC, fighting John Jones and getting choked out and embarrassed anyway. Regardless, I'm just saying, if he does lose to a John Jones, right?
Oh, that's what you thought was going to happen?
I don't know. I like John Jones as far as a wrestler. I don't know how Ngannou would ordeal against John Jones wrestling. I don't think stand-up hands-wise, John Jones is going to stand there and let Ngannou punch him because he'll knock his head off like a soccer motorbike.
Ngannou knocking anybody out.
Right. So that's why I feel like it'd be more of a wrestling match.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk about go ahead. Can we talk about how conveniently timed John Jones' move up to heavyweight was?
So I brought this up.
Conveniently timed.
Weeks ago. Corey addressed that somehow, I believe. Yeah. We'll bring that back up when he's here. Because I thought I brought that up one time, but maybe he got injured. So they wanted John Jones to fight
Ngannou.
No, what's the guy?
Stipe
got injured. Then maybe Ngannou got injured later or something.
I think it was
something weird happened, but the timing. But it looks like yes, he came back right as Ngannou was leaving.
He knew what time it was.
Yeah. Man. So I'm not picking sides on any in that fight. I'm just saying
it'd be an interesting fight to see.
If I'm Ngannou and I'm trying to make what's best for my decision, I don't know how old he is, but I'm pretty sure he's not young.
He's getting up there,
right?
He's like 30.
So I'm making the best decision for my life, my career, and XYZ's paying me more money, giving me more options, allowing me other options to make even more money. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't I take that?
They're gonna get a cut of that though. And he's also
so what?
Oh, I know. I'm just saying that. I ain't bad on that. I ain't mad at him.
He wasn't gonna get shit if he stayed with the UFC.
Nah, Dana White ain't paying nobody. Speaking of the UFC, I mean, did you see they had one thing last week, and I think it was Anthony Smith and Johnny Walker. The payout list came from that, and that was just bad. One dude had 100,000. Well, I think Anthony Smith got 100,000, and one dude got I think maybe 50 or less than that. Mm-hmm. I was like, damn, if you go down the rest of the card, it looked like they just paid them in pennies, man.
All I know is some of these guys can't pay their hospital bills.
Yeah.
They look forward to that $50,000 fight of the night just to pay for a whole camp. Man.
That hospital bill going to come back larger than what they going to make.
I mean, that's sad, though, man.
It's crazy.
I guess, yeah, I think, off subject, I think Ngannou is the chairman of the PFL Africa, so he gets to sit down. They're going to start something over there, and I think he's sitting on that company. This is where it's getting crazy because he's like also like a suit and tie for that company right now. So
again, he's looking out
for himself,
for his career.
Mm-hmm. I mean, more power to him. So
and I can't fault him for that. So
they also announced
he's an EVP.
as long as they not super kicking each other.
How's the booking going to be today?
Right.
Does he have a dog?
Who knows? He might.
That was the funniest thing. They said the dog got involved in that fight and bit one of them. I was like, oh damn, that shit crazy. That's real beef right there. Well, my dog don't like you either.
That was funny, but it looked like I think Aljamain Sterling's getting ready to fight Sean O'Malley, I believe.
That can't be the next fight.
No,
you talking about Riff Raff?
Yeah, Riff Raff.
Yeah,
they great fight. I think it's in August, but that was the next one that was announced. Somebody else is fighting.
I know they got some fights in June or July because that's they got that shit in Vegas that they do. I can't remember the name of it.
International Fight Week.
Fight Week, yeah. And they got a couple people in the car. I think that's when they were trying to get Stipe versus John Jones as well. So.
Apparently, look like Jones is fighting December. Conor McGregor's fighting December, and John Jones, I believe it's November. I think him and Stipe are going to finally fight. They haven't announced it yet, but that's what the plan is.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Let's see. Y'all wanna talk wrestling since we started talking about backroom balls, or you want to discuss Fast X?
No, we go wrestling. It's Fast X.
All right. So let's talk about something more really believable. Wrestling.
that was written by some pro wrestlers.
Well, it definitely featured some pro wrestling. But yes, WWE has Night of Champions this upcoming Saturday. I believe it's Seth and AJ Styles for the new belt that they introduced a couple of weeks ago.
The Cody belt.
Cody participation ribbon.
I don't know how I feel about that still.
The Cody, what do you call it when you get you don't win the game show, but you get
you still get a
prize, not complimentary, but the consolation prize. Yeah, the Cody consolation title that he ain't even gonna win.
Nah, that's not gonna go to him. Cody's still gonna go for the 2 belts.
I'm over it.
Yeah. I can't remember what is going on with the women's tag team. I believe y'all said what's her name got injured. Oh, so yeah, I do know. They're gonna get new title. They're gonna get a new tag team announced tomorrow.
Yeah, Liv Morgan got hurt, and
so they had to forfeit the title.
Got hurt too. What's her name? Dakota Kai.
Oh, she got injured.
Yeah, both of them got hurt in the same fight.
I don't know if they were supposed to be on this card or not. I got to double check the card. But I believe a new champions will be crowned tomorrow. Anybody else on this card fighting? The Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is versus
Roman and Solo.
That actually should be a good one, though.
I just want to see when they fight each other, and when I say they, the Usos versus Roman Reigns and Umaga.
They gonna jump the shit out of him.
Umaga.
They gonna beat his ass, man, when that happens.
That's what I'm waiting for the most. I don't even watch SmackDown until like the last 30 seconds just to see if they super kicked him or not, or if he clotheslined them or something. That's all I'm waiting for, is that the betrayal to happen. Monday night. I'm trying to remember what the fuck happened Monday night.
Nothing really. Nothing big that popped off. I guess Lesnar and Cody going at it.
Oh, they got a rematch going at Night of Champions, right?
What?
Why? I don't know.
But they already had I don't know. That's weird to me. Like, you already had the last match was a no DQ match, right?
Yes.
So you already had the no DQ match. So now you're gonna have a regular match. Like I would have the no DQ match to end the feud after I'm challenging you. We're gonna have a match.
They didn't finish,
and then have a no DQ match. But I don't know. It's weird.
They didn't finish the story.
They ain't never gonna finish that story. I said, look what they did to Goldust, man. Your writing's on the wall, babe.
my opinion, they should have just gave him the damn belt.
Like, look what they did to you. Look what they did to his daddy. Come on, man.
Well, speaking of what they did to people, I was perusing on the Twitter, and watching a timeline of events, they did Matt Hardy dirty.
Oh yeah.
And they painted him to be the villain, but Lita was really fucking edge when they had him coming out with a feud against the same guy that's smashing his girl.
Yeah.
And I was watching the clip. Somebody posted the clip of the last day he aired on a WWE, like while that was happening. And they told him they was letting him go, and it was the end of his 90-day period. And the last day he aired before, I guess I can't remember where he went after, but he was really grabbing Edge's hair and was trying to hit him. I mean, he was trying to hit him, and then he gets out the ring and he's like, "You know what? You're a whore. Fuck you." And WWE can kiss my ass. I was like, "Oh shit, this was real." Because I remember that when I was younger, like they beef and him thinking and him, still in Lita, but part of me was always like, this shit stopped when the show go off anyway, right?
It kept going.
He was really smashing his girl and had him feuding with him.
And then they didn't let him go over. They had the dude that
smashed
his girl, and he was back, and they got you losing to the dude that smashed you.
He was the heel. What?
Oh man,
this is the craziest shit.
That's when they used to have him come out. He had the fatigue pants and
he had the different colors.
Punisher shirt with the dripping skull.
They did Matt Hardy dirty, man.
I like that theme music.
I'd have had to smack both of them.
Man, everybody would have been clapping.
I had to smack both of them in real time. Like, I don't know how we're gonna wrestle right now because I'm dropping you in your head the first chance I get.
I'm surprised he didn't do what Tommy Dreamer was planning on doing.
What was that?
You ever seen that story? Oh, you heard that story, right?
Which one?
It was I forget which Mania. I don't know if it's 17, whatever. I guess after the dissipation of ECW, Tommy Dreamer he's talked about it. He had planned to come to Mania. He was going to shoot and kill Paul Heyman because he felt betrayed.
That Paul Heyman fucked up ECW.
Yeah, and that he was working for WWE while they all thought, what was going on wasn't what was going on, and he was working for WWE.
Yeah.
And he was going to, and then he was going to do his pose and then shoot himself live at Mania.
Damn.
On camera. That was what he was really, because he had went through the depression. He was going through a lot of shit after the,
Just fuck up your side of the car. Don't fuck up everybody. You gotta kill everybody.
No, he said he was going to kill. He was going to kill Paul Heyman.
Kill himself.
Yeah, they kill himself. Not that we laughing. It was like that. That shit ain't funny.
That's like. And I ain't even talking about. I'm not trying to go into like that whole.
Yeah, that's wild thing. Though.
But like, if you going to just like intend on hurting, just hurt yourself. And
don't hurt nobody else.
He was there for Paul Heyman though.
Yeah,
we wouldn't even have the tribal chief now or nothing. I gotta look it up though. I want to say it was Mania 17. I want to say I'll look it up later.
Yeah, I remember hearing something about that.
That was crazy, and the fact that he came out and admitted that too.
Yeah, I would have kept that.
Bro, you supposed to take that to the grave with you. Take them dark thoughts to the grave with you, baby.
That's premeditated.
But yeah, that was crazy. Planned on doing. Say he was going to do his pose and everything. Then boom, take himself out. I said, wow.
Yeah, I'm glad cooler heads prevailed on it.
I'm like, man, that's CTE for real.
Yeah, it is.
And that company was known for some crazy stuff. So I mean, I would not have put it past them back in the day.
Let's move on to AEW. I cannot remember when they've been talking about this damn pay-per-view for I feel like 4 months now. It's got to be soon
with the 4 pillars.
Yeah, it's got to be soon. But
is it me or it seems like they just something's lost with them right now?
Punk.
No, I'm not necessarily saying Punk.
That's what's lost with them.
Yeah, it just seemed like that's what's lost with them right now. To me, it seemed like they lost a lot of buzz right now.
Yes and no. I think they have some talent right now that just needs to be steered in right storylines. They got good talent, just not all their storylines that they trying to make work. So some people's storylines work, like the
triples.
Yeah, like the triples tag matches.
House of Black,
Elites. I'm okay with it. I'm good with them. Some other people's stories just ain't fitting it. To me, I feel like I'm a
seems
little
like it's
weirded
so-
by the Blackpool Combat Club a little bit. I don't know where
don't
they
need-
fit in as a whole. I get it.
I
Now
like
they want
the
them to go
heels,
against the
but-
new elites with Hangman, who just returned. I'm okay with that.
And I like it. I like.
I'm okay with
I
the
like
Pillars.
them.
I'm okay with the Pillars match until CM Punk's return. I
That's
feel like
gonna
we're
be
going to
something.
get a good push again. If they can pick back up, I doubt they can. Maybe we have to wait. But the biggest storyline in wrestling last year was that CM Punk MJF. They just didn't have a chance to fully capitalize on that. It was bigger to me than Roman Reigns stuff. Cody leaving. That feud was the best storyline to me last year.
Cody left just to get fed to Roman Reigns.
1, 2.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
But it just seemed like for me right now. I mean, I like it. I mean, I give all them guys and girls credit for going in there. It
It's
just
a
seemed
better
like
wrestling pro. Like as far as the wrestling's better. I mean, to me, everybody's got a different taste, but for me, the wrestling's better. Like I can't get through a whole WWE program.
I think the women's in WWE are better.
Yeah.
That may be true.
Yes,
that may be
is
true.
100% true.
But on that note, the Outcasts keep me.
Yeah,
involved.
but again, their storyline right now is a little.
Murky.
It's just a little. I don't need to see this. The only reason I'm watching these matches is for
We
the,
know.
Well,
We
I
know.
guess
Exactly.
the one girl hurt too, ain't she?
Who?
Sarai.
Well, she not hurt. She has endometriosis. I think I'm saying that right.
Oh wow.
But a lot of women have that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been keeping her from work, and she has it pretty bad. And because
Reactions.
I remember when she first was saying something about something that was keeping her out of the ring, everybody was like, "Oh, see, she's her neck. She shouldn't be right." Like y'all don't even know what her situation is. It's
Right.
not even related to that.
Right.
It's just related to
Yeah.
women biologicals. So.
Well, I didn't know that.
But yeah, it seems like she gets it real bad. So it's hard for her to wrestle when she's like that. But they do need to do something with Jade.
I think it's gonna happen soon.
I feel like that too.
I think it's gonna happen soon.
It's-
Somebody is either coming and or. You know what? What is their
They're
deal
running
with
out
Ring
of-
of Honor? Does
I don't know.
AEW have a thing with Ring of Honor?
Yeah, they own it.
Okay,
Yeah, Tony owns.
I can see
ROH.
Trinity making an appearance on AEW.
But she's with Impact.
Impact right now.
Oh
She's
shit!
at Impact. What's the name? Might be able to jump over though, since they have a
I'm mixing
working
up, sorry.
a working contract, or they have a working relationship with New Japan. That Sasha could come
Sasha.
over.
Oh yeah,
Since they work with
Definitely.
New Japan, she could come
definitely,
over.
definitely.
I just think they're running out of people to feed her, and
I think they're waiting for a particular moment. That
Because this is starting to be a Goldberg thing now. It was like,
Yes.
okay, now it's good. You know how good this girl is now. I mean, you're
And-
going to get what you're going to get. Now it's time for
they realize, like, look, we either gonna have you have to fight the top four, which is Hater, DMD, Tony Storm. I don't want to make fun of that girl.
Hikaru Shida.
No,
for Rio.
Are you talking about Ruby Soho? Ruby Soho.
Oh no!
She was looking good. West, stop.
Yo, stop.
I'm done.
What is it, Jason?
Ruby Soho.
Ruby Soho. Cap used to call her Toucan Sam. I was like, yo, stop.
I'm not saying.
See, and as a man that
There's
appreciates
this bird on Star Fox back in the day.
Just stop it.
I can't remember his name,
oh, I know who you're talking
What are you
about.
talking about?
but I like Toucan
Stop.
Sam better.
Stop.
All right, I'm not making fun.
But I am.
That Jade would have to fight one of them.
I've been known to partake in the women of a larger nose category.
Okay.
According to Cap, that I like big noses. So
Okay.
I
To each his own, you know.
I don't mind
Everybody's
I don't-
built different. Everybody got
just,
their
just
things
so
that
you
they
know,
like.
girl, if you got a big nose,
Yeah,
Tiger Helly got you like that.
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm laughing because I've seen this.
So yeah, she's eventually gonna have to fight one of them, and or I think they're gonna bring in somebody, or hope to bring in somebody, i.e., Sasha Banks, and have her feud with her. Mercedes.
I feel like they gotta turn her face. She feels like a face. She gives off face vibe. Like her as a person.
She can do both to me.
Yeah.
She can do both.
Her as a person.
I think at some point Jade is going to become a heel because she's going to have to become a heel. She's going to have to.
They didn't have her as a
Jade.
They didn't have
she
her
already is a heel.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's going toward the heel route.
Depending on what the feud was. I mean, that's what they had her as, like a face. She's been like a situational character use right now. It's really not that. That's what I'm trying to.
She's over even when she try to be a heel.
Yeah,
they still cheer her. They like her.
But is at some point where it's winning too much, and the product doesn't justify you winning as much. I get it, her physique and her moves, and it's just she still needs. She still, you could tell she's still not as
she needs
seasoned as some others. So. At some point, she's gonna turn heel. I feel like a heel for sure, and I think that's when she loses. I'm assuming to either somebody to introduce or one of them top 4 or 5.
I mean, who are they gonna have her lose to?
Mercedes Moné. Money.
That's even if she want to go there.
She gonna come there.
I mean, she'll go there.
Who knows?
She'll go there. Just to thumb her nose at
and that's how you get the ratings back up in AEW's favor.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Tony Khan was like, "Oh yes, New Japan. I need a job with this one, baby.
Yeah.
I'm glad."
Or even some Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Shit.
Tony Khan was the happiest man when they announced that.
Yeah.
And when get CM Punk back.
And when does Punk come back? That's the crazy. Like everybody's waiting.
That's that Saturday show that's coming on.
We could talk about that. They announced a new Saturday show called Collision. I can't remember the last time we had a Saturday wrestling show. What was that? That was years ago.
And hating as Eric Bischoff already hating so much. Talking about it's like a knockoff Nitro. I was like, bro, it's on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But they got some of the color schemes is like old Nitro.
I mean,
they can use the color.
But that's the kind of the whole principle.
It fits. It's TNT, TBS.
That's the whole principle of AEW ever since. Yeah, really. When they started with TNT, their theme hasn't been we're not WWE. Everything that they've done, if you had to pick one or the other, is more WCW than AEW. Their look, their presentation. Some of the not so kid friendly, stuff that happened.
And then even if you remember the Monday Night Wars, I personally feel like WCW had the better wrestling going on. Like they had the cruiserweights, they had the better wrestling. That was the reason
why I was watching.
While WWE had the better production and the big storyline.
And that's what it is. The bigger production is WWE.
Town was the opposite out.
So AEW Collision is now Saturdays. They're replacing that Friday Rampage with this new show. So I'm a little interested to see if this will be separate tapings all the time or not.
I think
if they're gonna have, because I think it's gonna be live because the locations I don't think match now. So I think they're gonna have a separate.
That'll suck though. I did like.
I
go to an AEW show and get that extra.
I don't know if it's going to be a 2-hour or 1 hour show. I got to look that up. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a separate 2-hour show.
I mean, it's good for them and it's good for the industry that you got another show on air. So,
I believe they're getting rid of
the Dark
AEW Dark. Yeah. So,
and I think
they're going to have more time now to put some of them guys on that. The ones that they ain't using, that's been a problem with them. They signing too many guys and not really using them. Now you got another 2 hours, and you can put the people you aren't using on there. So I mean, it's a win-win for everybody, really.
Yeah, more airtime for sure. You were saying something?
And I think the rumor was Ace Steel was supposed to be working on Collision as well, and something
happened.
Not now.
Oh man!
And Punk said,
"What happened?"
And then Punk like, "Fuck y'all."
I just glanced at it.
I think that's what is delaying part of it as well, where. Whatever happened with Ace Steel, it was like CM Punk was like, all right, well, fuck this. We're going to have to go back to the drawing. I almost say back to the drawing board, but it is definitely delaying part of his return.
Oh man,
Yeah, he's definitely getting in shape. I watch his
yeah,
on IG.
getting bigger.
He's
getting bigger.
Yeah,
cut the hair, so he's coming with a new look.
Yeah, with that Bosley's.
I mean, I like it though, because I said as much as people say Punk's a nobody, he's overrated, blah blah blah. I say y'all can't stop talking about him.
He's
a needle mover, whether you like it or not.
He's
moves the
living
needle
rent free, and a lot of people here.
Yeah,
People are gonna watch. People are gonna talk about it, and
He's definitely
I just hope
commodity.
he does perform to a way I know he can perform, and I don't have no worries about him on the mic or story wise. It's just taking that time off, the age he's at now. I
Hopefully
just
he doesn't
hope
get
he stays healthy and puts up great performances, and that's all I could really ask. So,
because supposedly we're supposed to get him feuding with Samoa Joe.
okay,
And there's also, I think there's an issue with the people that they wanted to put on the show with him, because the rumor was he wanted Andrade on there, which would have been nice.
Ain't he getting ready to leave?
And Samoa Joe, I don't think Andrade's leaving. I think that's just Meltzer.
he trying to
Meltzer.
knock up what's her name real quick.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, she taking that time off. Yeah,
She's trying to get knocked up.
I wouldn't be surprised she'd be the one to come take the belt off of
Jay.
Jay.
Nah, they ain't let that.
That would go crazy. That would go crazy though. That would go crazy. Talking about getting people to watch.
Yeah, man. I just feel like it's just something missing right now.
CM Punk, that's what's missing.
Maybe.
And then they got dumbass Adam Page on there. Nobody cares about you.
Yeah, I think they're a little victim of some injuries, and
Poor stories.
Stories had to get altered and changed. So
And can Wardlow lose that title, please?
who's he? Oh, he's fighting Cage, Christian Cage.
Yeah.
They gave him hell. Where were they at? Detroit, I think. Detroit. They was on his ass that last.
He get Dominic Mysterio heat out here.
He couldn't talk. He couldn't. They tried to out talk his mic, and at the end he said, "Y'all kiss my ass." Every time.
He get that Domino Mysterio.
Yeah, they did not. Edge is better.
They were
Edge
not.
is better.
They were on him, man. It was funny.
I don't hate. And you know what? No, last AEW was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That even that goofy ass Chris Jericho, Roddy Strong, Roger Strong match.
Mikey Whipwreck Jr.
They were fighting in a yard. Did y'all see the sign?
Yo,
they had?
that match was crazy though. Like, could you imagine just being outside the building and seeing them busting out the door? And people was taking pictures and shit. I was like,
They had a sign that was. I don't think anybody saw it, but it basically said like the section that was taped off marker is supposed to go right here.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yo.
And then like it was even funny because the people, I was like, I think my man was legitimately at the concession stands, and security came up on him at them. He was like, oh, like they was coming up.
Security wouldn't let the camera dude through at one point because he wasn't looking. He was just trying not to let nobody.
They were
behind
just
him.
fighting on the fly, man.
Yeah.
And even the match where they had the pillars, was it a tag team match?
Yeah,
What's his name? Almost. God.
Huh?
Jungle Boy, he landed in one of those spots.
Landed on his head, man.
Oh, I was like, he was like 0.5 seconds from not getting back up.
Yeah.
But that was a decent match. Even the what was the final match? It was
I just watched it.
the Jay Lethal. Oh, sorry, not Jay Lethal. What they
that
called them boys? Wasn't it him? Wasn't it The Rock Jr.?
Ricky Starks.
Ricky
Starks.
And Switchblade.
Switchblade.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate
It was
it.
good.
I like Starks.
Yeah.
I like his pose.
He said he's black.
At least he
And
accepted.
he says he's all like, when
Not
everybody's like he's mixed and
Tarico.
stuff.
Not Mike Tirico,
Yeah.
who's darker than everybody in here. But I'm saying, I'm not. Whatever.
Yeah, because he says like and then people like he's mixing. He's like, nah, man, I'm black.
Right.
I mean, not that either here nor there, but
Yeah.
I bang with him though.
I rock with him too. I didn't at first. I
like when he does his
over
little.
time. Yeah, over
Yeah, that's
time,
my
I
shit.
started liking him. So let's go ahead and transition. All right. This is what everybody came here for.
Maybe we should have let off with this.
Oh man, no, because I'll be laughing the whole damn episode.
Are we gonna?
So
No spoilers.
let's
No spoilers.
we can start off with no spoiler. All right.
Next week,
Fast 10 came out.
We got to do a spoiler show next week.
Fast X, Fast 10, whatever you want to call it. It was a drop ball because they should have called it Fast 10, your seatbelts. That should have been the name of that. They dropped the ball. I knew it was going to be some bullshit when it wasn't called that.
And you know what else bothers me? When like they're saying it in ads and stuff, they're calling it Fast X. I was like, just call it 10.
I don't know.
Just call it Fast.
That came out this week. Okay?
Let's just get your thoughts.
So you saw it. Who did you see it with? Boom.
And me.
We all went to go see it.
No, because it plays into. You sat next to me, so you already.
We all went to go see
You
it.
already know. You already know how I feel. You witnessed how it went down,
And
so you tell the people how it went down when I watched the movie.
this may have been the best comedy movie in some time because Jason, from about 30 seconds in to the end of the after credits,
was
laughing the entire movie.
I think I had to get up for a second just because I was laughing so hard.
So
I couldn't stop.
I mean, he was laughing.
But
The movie was laughing for all the wrong reasons.
I don't really even know where to start, but I'm gonna just give my review. Right? I'm gonna give my number review of this movie 1 through 10. All right. I'm giving it
alphabet letters.
I'm giving it a 5.5. That is my number review of Fast 10. Who wants to go next?
I'm going to give it a 5. Not a bad 5, but
It's only one.
It's an entertaining 5, just because out of all that
then you might as well give
stuff,
it a 6. Five is.
I'm gonna give it the alphabet, man. I'll give it a J.
Jason.
But I want to see this. I want to see it. I want to see this story finish out.
Well,
though, now.
I'm gonna give him my thing, and then we'll go into.
No, you gotta give it an alphabet, man.
I can't even give it that. I got 2 ratings for it. As a comedy, that shit was a solid 9. I ain't laughed so hard and so frequently at a movie probably since Step Brothers. And everybody knows, well, probably everybody doesn't know, but I consider Step Brothers one of the funniest movies I've ever watched. That's how much I was laughing at. I laughed more in this movie than I did Step Brothers. Yeah. Which I thought was not possible, but as an actual supposed to be serious movie that it was supposed to.
I don't even know if they took it seriously.
It was like a 4.
I mean, it looked like they just said, "Well, let's try this and let's see if it looked good on the screen." So, it looked like they just threw everything together. It was
part of me is a little upset that after all this time, this franchise has been out, and you're starting to conclude the franchise, that you wait till the end to not take it seriously, to completely just say, you know what,
ignore everything,
fuck it, people are gonna watch it anyway. We know we've been a little crazy the last 3 or however many. Let's just fucking just up the ante,
buckle down,
and double down on everything that we've done, and make it just the most outrageous. And if that's what it was gonna be from the beginning, I'd have been okay with it. Yeah. But halfway through this franchise, stuff was still
serious,
kind of serious. Like
part 4, part 5,
it wasn't outrageously crazy, but this shit is
ridiculous.
It's not even. I don't know how to describe the movie because I don't know what I watch. And at some point, it is like they were doing it satire, like as a satire, like to make fun of it. So. But then also, they still trying to tell a story, and they want you to be in these moments, but you can't be in the moment when the motherfucker just
take it serious.
Busy laughing.
Just, front flip the car or some bullshit.
I'll tell you.
You're like, what?
Let's see, Dom catching cars. He got married with a sleeveless vest.
Dom don't own no sleeves in his home. None of his shirts have sleeves. He got married in a white t-shirt vest. Like, what was that? Oh man,
it was hard for me. I mean, like I said, it was like, to me, it was too many plots. They had some good plot points, but it was just executed.
I don't even know if it was good plot points, man.
Everything
was convenient. Everything was anti what they said. You said we can't. Oh, they have a history of converting cops to friends, and then the same shit happened right then. 5 seconds later,
I died on that
what?
one.
Oh man,
what?
that was
like it was literally just a movie to make fun of all the previous movies.
And that's a shame too, though.
And even the dialogue. That's what started. I first started laughing with so what are we doing? Oh man, we got to go to Rome. We got this top secret mission. Oh yeah, you go.
They having lunch. They having a cookout. Start talking about we got a new top secret. Like when did y'all become fucking 007?
Right. He's like yo, and then, we hear family.
Familia.
But that was my thing. It was like
it was so cliche.
I'm a little mad that I'm stuck in this, like this whole fucking thing.
Like,
can't
get out now.
I can't get out. Now that I've seen this one, I gotta see the second two just to know because it's gonna bother me. But goddamn, I wish I didn't see it in the theaters.
And,
the last two,
I feel like the next two you gotta watch them in theaters.
Yeah, the last two. I waited until it came out on HBO or whatever, and now I went to go see this. I'm like, motherfucker! Now I got goddamn deal with shit.
Like I said, I mean,
it was the most outrageous shit I've seen in a while.
It was zany. It definitely.
And like I saw Quantum Mania, and I believe Quantum Mania. I believe Quantum Mania more than I believe this shit.
Oh man, that was.
Yo, this was like some outrageous bullshit. And the writing was bad.
It was too long for what it needed to be.
All right. On the good tip, I did not hate
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. I did not hate his character.
No, he was actually
the
bright spot.
I was not expecting that character to be.
Yeah, I did not hate his character.
Not saying it was a bad thing. I just wasn't expecting that from him.
Yeah.
Nor was I expecting because what they showed us in the trailers,
totally different.
He hit you with stuff like, don't settle for death when revenge is old. And he's just looking like a badass, and then
he definitely it's a different persona.
We get Shantae, but
oh man.
Yo, it was he was entertaining though. He was that was a whole different
type of character that he's used to playing.
Yeah,
he
I like your.
He was a. God, it's.
I like your Roman Reigns reference. Your Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah,
that was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh no, not Roman Reigns. He was Seth Rollins. Yeah, he was Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, sorry.
He was Seth Rollins out there.
It was just all over the place, man.
It was all over the place.
I mean, it was just the laws of physics do not apply.
I just couldn't stop laughing. Like I wanted to stop laughing, I couldn't stop.
You knew it was gonna be some bullshit early on.
Yeah,
I think that's what made it so funny.
They let you know immediately.
Like it's gonna.
Once they was in there talking about the next mission, and
serious.
Once they was talking about going to Rome,
Justin Lin. I think in all seriousness, I think that's why Justin Lin bounced. Because I mean,
they need him back. I honestly,
I really think since that when he left, I mean, when he started seeing what they was going with, and it was some. Before all that, it was some like behind the scenes stuff going on with the direction of where they were going to start taking this stuff. I guess Justin Lin wanted it to be a little bit more serious.
He probably didn't see 10 movies.
No.
And they was like, nah, we're going to need to stretch this out a little bit. Until we get Harry Potter, we're going to need you to stretch this a little bit.
But they start, I mean, once Dom start jumping out of cars and start catching people and
he's breaking the ground, man. He's earthbender. He's like
superhero land.
What'd he say? He's like something about the streets and the streets.
Streets always win.
Yo, when the sun jumped from the one car
ain't gotta say
to the other car.
Time out. This is not even a spoiler. This is not even a spoiler, but time out. I knew this was some bullshit. Had a screw face, and I'm looking at everybody next to me in the theater like, am I the only one to notice this shit? The son from the last movie is a white boy, baby. The son from this movie got Negro hair. Now, I'm going to leave it at that, but go back and look at Fast 9 and look at the baby Toretto and then come watch this movie and explain to me how that transformation happened. It ain't no melanin in the skin that's not developed from that age till 9, 10, however old he's supposed to be, that gets developed. This is a whole different race baby.
Then on top of that, it seemed like the baby time jumped though, because it was an infant in the other one, and it was a 10-year-old kid. So
that's how I knew. When they was like, "Oh, go get B," and I'm looking at him. I looked at him. I was like, "Who baby is supposed to be?" I'm thinking. Remember, old boy who died in Fast 5? He had a Brazilian baby mother, but she was a black Brazilian. Yeah. I'm thinking it's their child because they had a baby in that movie, right? And I mean, maybe they went, and I'm like, they said his father, Toretto. I'm like, what the fuck? All right,
he pulled a reverse Sammy Sosa.
That's how I knew. And then him laughing and the baby shit. I was like, yeah, this ain't even a real movie right now.
I kid you not, America. This was probably one of the funniest movies I have ever went to, because I think we laughed for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I told you.
I think every stupid part. He pointed out. He's like, it can't get no stupider than this. And then something stupid happened, and he started dying.
Yeah, I was done, man. I never laughed that hard. And then what was crazy was I was like, are other people in the theater watching it seriously?
Or
they're probably like, this motherfucker keep laughing.
They probably was, but I think they probably also started laughing because they was like, yeah, this shit is a little outrageous.
I couldn't stop.
It was over the top though, but like I said, over the top as it is, I want to see how this shit ends though.
I'm a little pissed that I went to go see it. And I should have waited till it came out.
We got to finish this journey now.
Like when Brie Larson jumped up on the, she was like, I was like, the fuck was that? She's like,
it was so stupid. It was so stupid.
I was like, it was like she was Captain Marvel. I was like,
it was the way they shot it that made it look so stupid.
Oh God! And it's one other part I want to say, man.
It's the whole movie.
Yeah,
the whole movie.
Nah,
but
the punching bag scene.
I can tell you worse. It's the whole movie. For one, Dominic's Toretto car is not from this universe.
That car was a Super Saiyan.
Bro, all that shit he was doing, he didn't pop one tire.
No tire. It ain't no alignment in the world that's gonna fix that car.
Yo, when he wrote it down in Hoover Dam, I was done. He was like, oh.
No, and then he pressed the nitrous oxide and something that could like blow up.
Like he was playing ping pong with the bomb, rolling through fucking Rome.
It was the stupidest movie.
Oh man, it was a riot.
Bad. And like I said, I'm pissed because I liked the franchise and I liked how they rebooted the franchise back when 4 came out. Oh, this makes sense. This is smart. It gives you a different feel because at first it was just about, racing and they get tied up into some other bullshit. But they gave them something, right? And then the movie started being connected. Justin Lin did an amazing job bringing that shit back. And then for them to just
throw it away like
make
that,
it this bullshit at the end just makes me feel like, you know what? I wish I stopped after 7. 7 to me is like the end of the franchise.
Yeah, it was a perfect ending. Him and
when I started getting teary eyed, that's the
Paul Rose. That was the perfect end.
That was the end of Fast and Furious.
Did Justin Lin do the second one? Did he do the 7th film?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Hold on, let me see.
And then when the bomb exploded and everything else got caught up with the explosion, the aftermath of the explosion, but somehow Dom's car was and then he outran the explosion. I was like,
yeah. This franchise is cooked, and I may not be seeing the next. I'm not gonna lie to you. I may wait until both of them come out before I see this shit. It can't get worse than this. I promise. I swear to God. If they make a worse movie than they just put out this now, I'm gonna have to start campaigning people get their money back because this was bad, man. 20 years for some bullshit.
I just couldn't stop laughing. I could not stop.
I mean, it was. Let's see.
I couldn't stop, man.
Let's see. He has did. Justin Lin. He did. Well, he was a producer on 5. He did 5, 9, 4. 6 was the one that I actually liked, though. Even though that was a little over top, but I like that one. I like 4 and 6 out of all of them, but. Yeah, he did 5.
Does it say?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, he jumped on board with the Tokyo Drift.
Right, but he helped reboot the franchise.
Even Tokyo Drift ain't bad.
It wasn't this bad. It wasn't this bad at all.
It just threw it because we didn't get Dom and Paul Walker.
Right.
But then once they tied it at the end, then you got Dom back. Like, oh, okay.
Right. So, again, I don't think I'm gonna have to think about that. I don't think I'm gonna see the next two.
Go ahead, do it. We're gonna do it.
Yeah, the last one he did. The last one he did was F9.
We'll see. I don't recommend watching it. Some other people may feel different. But,
Go see it for yourself.
Do for your own discretion. My recommendation is wait for it to come out on Max. Outside of that, that's where I'm going to leave Fast X at, and hopefully I don't ever have to watch that movie again. So, any last words on Fast X before we get out of here?
See it for yourself.
You will laugh for all the wrong reasons.
Okay. All right, guys. It's a little over hours. It's not bad. Anything we missed today? Oh, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and do
R.I.P. Superstar Billy Graham passed away the other day.
Oh, yeah.
WWE legend.
Yes, and also R.I.P. NFL legend.
Jim Brown.
Oh, yeah, Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. Activist. Actor.
As movie star.
Actor.
Yeah.
He's an actor, and yeah, he was a movie star.
I didn't know. And it's funny, but I was really reading up on him. I didn't know that he played 9 years and just walked away like that. And he left a lot He left a lot for social justice and everything.
Yeah, he did a lot. I didn't agree with his views on Colin Kaepernick, but that's a whole different story. But he did a lot.
Yeah, he was also
he did a lot.
He was a unique
different
man.
age.
Yeah, he was different time.
He was a unique man. I say that. What?
Did you finish this?
I did not.
Okay,
that's a lot to do in that motherfucking game.
Yeah, I'm as soon as I get a PlayStation 5.
But it's back. It's on PS4 now. It just released.
Oh, I got PS3 though.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it don't even work because there may or may not be an adult film stuck inside.
Damn, PS3, my boy.
Oh god,
it's an adult film stuck inside.
Oh god.
It keeps going to the same scene. It's a good scene, but
I'm not surprised.
Hopefully, it's not that one with China.
She actually wasn't that bad in Avengers XXX. That's a whole other story. I do own that. I don't. If my mom's watching, I don't own it. I own that shit.
America.
Well, let's go wrap this up. Get out of here.
Yeah. Shout out to Brian too, because he's at the Slower Lower Delaware Film Festival today. One of his films is getting screened up there.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, happy anniversary. So,
shout
out to him.
Good job.
Let's see what else is there that happened. I think that's about it for the week.
Yeah. All right. Well,
we're gonna be on a hiatus next week.
Yeah, let me know.
I ain't gonna be in town.
Okay. So yeah, no episode next week. We'll follow up the following weekend.
I will be down at the beach. So, yeah.
Are you wearing a blazer around there?
No blazer.
It's gonna be too.
The turnover. It's a turnover. The florals. Florals. That's why I got the blazer on now, because it's about to be the turnover for the seasons.
So this is the last blazer we're gonna see.
Yeah, it's the last blazer till next fall. People, the florals are coming. So
okay. Episode 35.
35.
The Watchers Podcast. WATCHERZ.
Yeah.
Podcast. YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. I am Tavon. Tri-State _ on Instagram. The Fashionista? Is that how it go? Or is that still one word?
Fashionista.
Is it A for a guy too?
We could go ahead and call me a fashionista.
Nisto.
Yeah, I'll be the Nisto.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just feel weird being a Nista.
Yeah.
Nothing against anything. It's nothing. It's nothing, nothing against anything.
Yeah.
Just the fashionista. I'm gonna look that up. Find out what
it
is.
Let me know.
It's got to be a male version. Tiger Helly 19. Snapchats and IGZ. And the government Jason Williams on the good old fashioned Facebook.
MySpace.
Follow the stripes. I never had a My Stripes. I never had a MySpace. I did have a Black Planet though. That was my actual first.
Black Planet. I had MySpace.
I had MySpace too.
Black Planet was my first social media.
Okay.
And I'm still friends with people that I met on there, like back in 2009.
I don't know none of my shit.
Yeah, 2009.
I hope they deleted my accounts.
They might delete mine because I had MySpace when it first.
Yeah, I think Black Planet, they went in there and wiped everything.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
MySpace ain't even MySpace anymore. It's like a fucking music thing or something. I don't know.
I was trying to log on to my thing one time and I didn't even remember the passwords.
It probably damaging.
But speaking of which, go ahead and give them your info so we can get out of here.
All right, it's Smitty Green Giant on Instagram and Julian Smith on Facebook.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, till not next week, we'll be back the following week. Memorial Day's next weekend, so catch us in 2 weeks. We do got some stuff coming up we'll announce shortly as well, so make sure you follow us to keep up to date with all the good stuff. But until next time, peace.
Peace.
Drink water.
Don't smoke.